Hey there, I'm Tamara and I make handmade badass wire and chain jewelry. I make a unique item called ear crickets, which are essentially my version of the classic ear cuff. So, what I have found in my own personal experience and stories of others is that upon getting an ear cuff, it's either on your ear tight enough that you won't lose it, but then it hurts, or it's loose, but then it's lost. Crickets are my way of mitigating both of those things. The way I started making ear crickets was when I was a kid. I wanted my cartilage pierced, and my mom said no, thank you. So I used wire and bent with pliers. Eventually, I made a sort of decoration for my ear that was awesome and didn't hurt me and didn't require a permanent fixture. So I kept that, and to this day, I still don't have a cartilage piercing because I don't care anymore because my needs are satisfied. I started with pretty crappy wire and then I shifted many years ago to sterling silver. It's a pretty sturdy material, unless, of course, you step on it or run it over with a car, but otherwise, pretty sturdy. About maybe 2 years ago, that I start offering gold filled as an option. I've also been known to make various fun colors like hot pink or blue or black. It's a little bit more malleable, but it's still fun and decorative and gets the job done. When I first started making things for my ears, I would drop them a lot. So when I was a kid, my mom was like, "Oh, they're like crickets because you drop them, they bounce, and you'd have no idea where they'd go." I said, "Oh, it's a cool name," and then it just kind of stuck, and I haven't changed it ever since. And to this day, I still drop crickets all the time when fitting them to people. So I have two main style offerings. So one is the basic cuff. All of the ear crickets have a little loop inside them. That's what tucks into your ear. And then at the bottom of the cuff, there's a sort of teardrop. So that's the motif on the front. And then the squiggle is the same thing with a little loop inside, but instead there's a tiny loop at the bottom so that you can put a pre-existing earring through, either a stud, hook, or hoop, so that when it's attached, even if it falls off the top, it doesn't get lost because it's on a hinge. And the width across this way isn't necessarily universal, but you can get away with not having it adjusted, because if it's too loose, one can give it a little pinch, and if it's too tight, one can wedge a finger in to open it up a little bit. When possible, I personally prefer to custom fit each item to the wearer's ear. Now, I don't think I ever would have known or cared how different people's ears are until I've started fitting things to hundreds, probably thousands of different ears I've seen. So maybe 85% of customers, when I put it on, it fits almost perfectly. There are the occasions where the angle needs to shift or the length needs to be significantly longer or compressed. Everyone also has very different ear configurations based on other pre-existing earrings. So if somebody has just the bottom earring, you can put that basic ear squiggle. If somebody has two piercings, I would then have the ear squiggle but compress the zig so it lines up to that second hole. Say someone has from the middle part down all pierced. Maybe someone wants to flip upside down and attach to a cartilage piercing up high. Everyone's got a slightly different configuration, so it's actually pretty fun for me to see where my creativities can wedge into their ear. If ears are not pierced, ear crickets are a great solution to this. Your cuff, because it only attaches on that top part, pretty much anyone can wear an ear cuff. I wouldn't personally suggest sleeping in them if you can avoid it. The pressure isn't the best against the ear, but I've also fallen asleep many times and forgotten they're there and was fine the next day. The materials I use for ear crickets are totally fine for all moisture, so shower, pool, beach, sweat, all of it. The only thing I would recommend is that if you shower in it, have one of those hair drains at the bottom so that if something falls off, you reduce risk of loss. As mentioned, when at all possible, I'd recommend getting an ear cricket fit by yours truly so that it's as perfect as possible. But if not, no worries. We sell them pre-boxed. On the back of it, we'll have a card that shows a link to all the questions that I just reviewed in this video and then some. I hope this video helps explain some things about ear crickets. Let me me know if I missed anything so I can make a follow-up video. Bye!